All right, you guys, location. All right, location is huge. When you guys turn around and look at properties and stuff, location can be the make or break for a lot of people, right? If you're right outside county lines and you are trying to be inside county lines, whether you're running for politics or you're trying to get your kid into the next school, that plays a huge factor, all right? Location is probably the most important factor that you would judge when looking at a property, right? So where we're located over here, right outside of Austin, in the beautiful San Marcos, inside the city here is great. However, if you go a little bit outside the area, right, the exact city, and it's still in between one of the other bigger towns around here, maybe not so much, right? It can be the make or break it for you, especially if you invest a lot of money into your real estate, right? I've gotten properties before and we just were hitting the recession, and because it wasn't the most popular area, it stayed on the market for a little while, you know, which sucks. It always sucks when that happens, you know. You got to drop your price, and you have realtors and agents and stuff like that trying to underbid you and so on and so forth, right? So it's good to pay attention to your location as well as economy and a bunch of other things, but location first, because then you turn around and figure out exactly what kind of risk levels you're taking, right? So if you know you're in a good spot, the economy and everything is still important, but there's a good chance that no matter what's going on, that you'll still have a good chance to be able to sell your property or get high rent rates or whatever it is you're trying to do with your property, right? If you're in Austin and you have an Airbnb business, obviously you're going to keep going and you're going to keep getting people because it's Austin, right? If you're in San Antonio, maybe the same thing. If you're in Cibolo, Texas, probably not, you know. If it's a rental, maybe, you know, it just depends on your type of strategy, but the first thing you'd consider is your location, you know. I definitely hit the lotto a few times on properties because I knew I had a good amount in my pipeline. So I went to more aggressive markets where the location obviously is absolutely perfect. And I tried to fight to see if I can get properties in this great location because I had already had my pipeline filled. And I won, and it was high risk, high reward, you know. But that's when I go to the better properties, right? But it's all based off of location. Over here we have Travis County, which is really popular. And then we have the surrounding counties around it, and we kind of judge things based off of that. So you have A, B, C, just the same way that you judge multifamily and stuff is kind of how you judge location based off of a property. If right now somebody calls me, one of my students, and they say, hey, I have a property somewhere in Florida, I'm going to ask them where. That's everyone's first response, where. It's not even what's the numbers, it's where, you know, because even if the numbers don't make sense for you to exactly flip it, if the location is great, you know it's going to appreciate, right? And once the property appreciates, you know, you're turning around and you're going to win. You can borrow against it, you can sell it, you could turn around right off depreciation, you can do whatever you want, you know, as long as it's in a good location. If it's not in a good location, you can't really do much for it. Most people overpay, that overpay will overpay strictly because it's in an ideal location, something that they know is going to turn around and boom shortly, you know. So look for a great location. That should be first on the list. And if you're looking at a bad location specifically, that's because you have a certain strategy to go along with it. All right.